Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Atom RPG with me, Bring It On. So I made it to the circus off camera. Let's enter. We have a few quests to do here, and one or two to pick up while we're here. Also, the winter update was just applied to the game, which adds an encounter in the Mountain Pass of Woes, which we may or may not make it to. I don't know how long the winter update lasts. They gave dates for the October update with the pumpkin helmets, but they hadn't seen any dates for the winter event. So I'm gonna run around the outside of the circus first, just check things out, then we'll enter. Let's start speaking to the NPCs here. I don't think there's anything to find. Actually, no, you know what? We're not gonna go around to the back yet. I take that back. So we'll have to go there later for a quest. Now let's talk to this guy. A short, unshaven man is passionately smoking a cigarette while spitting on the floor and sighing. But as you come closer, his manners completely change. He starts screaming out a bizarre poem, performing a variety of dance moves. Gutsy, Gutsy, Gutsy the Clown. His performance will let you down. For just 10 rubles he'll show you a trick. You will laugh until you're sick. Oh no, a monster. A terrible sewer dwarf wants to gobble me up. Give me money. 1 ruble is enough, and I swear I'll make your dad laugh. No, my child. Do not give this terrible monster a single kopeck. I don't want to hear his jokes or see his routines. Ah, I'm so scared. I think my heart is about to stop. Gutsy the Clown is always quite kind. Shut it, old man. You're out of your mind. Kind, huh? Purple People Eater says what? What? See? He confessed. Quit it, Gramps. My life sucks enough as it is. What a weird conversation. Now here's 10 rubles. Now try and make me laugh. Hey, no problem. The grim-looking clown takes a few steps back and pulls 3 colorful balls out of a pocket. He starts skillfully juggling them. About 3 minutes later, he launches the balls into the air one by one and catches them in his mouth, swallowing each one whole. Once the deed is done, the clown grimaces and screams in pain. His whole frame tenses up in spasms. Finally, the balls, now covered in what looks like a mixture of blood and slime, roll out from beneath his shirt and bounce on the ground, spraying little droplets of the unidentifiable goo on everyone's shoes. Ta-da! The clown lifts his hands, and with his last remaining strength, huffs like a dying horse, hawking out a gigantic blood loogie. Here we go. Santa Maria! Such a trick would rather make one cry than laugh. The 10 rubles stay with me. If you didn't laugh, there's something seriously wrong with you. And I always told you he was no clown. He is a terrible human being. Not only does he steal money, but he also displays horrible, unsafe imagery. Gutsy the Clown waves his hand dismissively. Wowee, how did you manage that trick, Gutsy the funny clown? A good magician never tells his secrets, although a good magician could always make use of 100 rubles. The clown winks at you with a yellowish, bloodshot eye that looks about ready to pop free of its wormy, inflamed socket. Mutants are such a greedy bunch. Always ask for money, they do. A mutant that doesn't ask for money is like a duck without a torso. Oh, come now. Share your secret with me. Is that so much to ask? Alright, you talked me into it. Gaze upon my true form. Gutsy the Clown lifts up his shirt to show off his grossly obese body. You take a step back as the stench assaults your nostrils. The clown's huge, flabby man breasts each sport an oversized tattoo of a real-looking eye, while below them, the clown's abdomen is split horizontally like a giant, torso-sized mouth with bright red lips, or a horrific, debilitating wound. As you watch, the clown's gut mouth begins to gurgle and belch. Gaze upon my grotesque form, Normie, and no fear. Gutsy the Clown screams this out from both his mouths in an ear-splitting cacophony. Dios mio. Wahaha. Well, good gosh darn. Fear the abomination that is I. I braced myself for a scare, and therefore wasn't traumatized. Don't ruin it for me, Gramps. A cool mutation. And you can talk through that extra mouth? Now that's what I call quality. Since the subject of conversation is not a catheter causing terrible pulsating pain in my scrotum, it's easy to change. Gutsy the Clown. How'd you come up with a name like that? I wonder, could it be the mouth in his gut? The The clown comes close and flashes a smile that shows off all of his rotten yellow teeth. It was never about choice. Life made this name for me. The clown touches his round red nose. Like my nose? Think it's a prop? Hee hee. What did the good doctor from Ochinoye say? Cancerous growth. Probably something to do with all those times Mother threw boiling water at my face. Okay, I get why you're a clown, but why do they call you Gutsy? You saw my secret and you're still asking me this? My gut is all messed up. Is that enough for you? Or do you need more clues? Yeah, I must have forgotten that one dude is shock. I care to change the subject. I've already read that. Can I ask you a few questions? We can chat. Tell me what you want to know, man. The clown's shoulders slump as he digs in his pockets for a new ciggy. When he finds one, he clenches it in his crooked yellow teeth, lights up, and moans as he takes a deep drag. Ah. What's your real name? Darn it, I can't answer that one. For as long as I can remember, I've been Gutsy the Clown. Although because of my progressing dementia, I can't recall anything before the ripe old age of 36. That's scary. How many diseases do you actually have? Next question. Bye. What can you tell me about the circus? Well, to your average normie, we're nothing but a ragtag bunch of mutants, fiends, drug abusers, and baby murderers. But for me, this place is home. It's a roof above my poor head. It's family, friends, and lovers. By the way, Shats the Clown was the only one who actually stole and murdered babies. That was just until I convinced him to retire, with my own 2 hands. The clown takes on a terrifying expression, and mimes violently choking the air with his huge, calloused hands. Sounds like a great old place. Next question. Okay, wahaha. Is it hard being a clown? Yeah, couldn't say clown. You know what's really hard? Being the only mutant in a village of normies, attending a school full of rock-throwing children. But here life is good, even for a misfit such as myself. I'll tell you more. When we're not near Krasno, in a part of the waste where prostitutes are more desperate and less funny, you might call clown life true bliss. Sounds kind of sad. Next question. Talk louder. I've got bad ears. Have you heard any rumors? A few years back we had this one freak in our midst, Ramses the Cook. Like the rest of us, he was a mutant, but unlike us, he had 2 major malfunctions. The first was his abnormally large tongue, with a sense of taste much stronger than any normie. The second was a mutation in his behavior. He was constantly angry with everything, calling us donkeys and bloody pieces of crap all day. Okay. For those of you who don't know, that is a reference to Gordon Ramsay. He left the circus when we were in Trudegrad and became a food critic for a local print house. Since then, he walks the land alone. Whenever he sees a dive bar or eatery, he walks in, samples all their food, and starts throwing it around while insulting and threatening the owners. What a life, huh? I envy him. Dios mio. I feel like I know this person of whom you speak. A few months ago, a small man came into my establishment. He ordered some beer, some pork bread, and an onion. After tasting everything, he became violent, started throwing food at us, called me a donkey, and tried to get in my refrigerator, and slapped my bar boy across the face. My boy bar. That would really change the context of that sentence. Oh, that Ramsay's the cook, alright. Did you improve anything about your place after his critique? No, but we did chase him out of the city. When he came back, one of my patrons showed him a knife, and the guy ran away crying. Serves him right. Wahaha. An interesting chap to say the least. Next question. What's your subject? Alright, yeah, probably. But would you look at the time? It's time to leave. Alright, so that's the first conversation of the circus. Before you stands a tall, hairy, bearded clown, cradling a rusty sawed-off in his arms. His huge eyes never blink. Instead, they're moistened by a transparent, nictitating membrane. Well, hello there, little comrade. How can Laffy the funny clown who loves to laugh help you out? The funny clown looks rather grim, and his voice sounds like tires on loose gravel, probably from decades of heavy smoking. Why are you called Laffy the Clown? Why am I calling you little comrade, even though you're so tall? Some things in this world have no reason. Take that as a fact. Tell me about the circus, okay? We're a wacky and funny mutant circus, bringing good times to the adults, and ever since Shats the Clown's agenda was compromised and he was disposed of, to the kids also. Have you heard any good rumors lately? I heard that there's bandits living up north. Or sorry, there's a bandit living up north, called Sioma Varanak. He likes to make life hard for his neighbors. Could be this part of the wasteland is also in his sights. Alright, well, I better go. Bye now. We're here to loot. So we're gonna run around and talk to all the guards first. Our fair-haired man is glaring seriously out at the circus' swampy surroundings. He studies you for a bit as you approach, then nods as if reaching some kind of conclusion and smiles. Hey there, you're like an adventure seeker. Maybe you'd like to do a little job for us. I cross your arms and give him this serious look. What? Is my fly open or something? Nope, everything seems to be in order. The man comes closer. Listen, there's a pack of rats living nearby. Normally no one would care, but they ate one of our guests. Thank goodness nobody noticed. But if this customer eating becomes a trend, it could really hurt our income, and possibly even our reputation. No one will want to see our shows if they find out you might get mauled by feral rodents. What will I get for my troubles? I can throw some cash and meds your way. After all, they're just rats, buddy. Okay. I'm not asking you to track a lost expedition through the wasteland, or anything like that. Fine, fine. I deal with you dumb rodents. Glad to hear it. You find these vermin to the north, right behind the old plane. I do them in myself, but I've needed to stand guard. The rats are a problem, sure, but people are even worse. Could you introduce yourself? Could you introduce yourself, pal? Nikolai, or some call me the Iron Fist. Nikolai the Iron Fist. My old man had the same nickname, but just call me Nikolai. Did your old man beat you with his iron fist or something? Oh no, my dad was a grand old fella. Everyone in town loved him. The nickname was because of his huge knuckles. What can you tell me about the circus? I don't know what to tell. Even though this circus became my second home, deep down inside I regret running away from my hometown to join it. Who would I be now if I had stayed? Nobody knows. And what are you doing here, guarding the clowns? Sure, what else can I do? I'm not a mutant, not a magician, not even an acrobat, so I guard and set up tents. Nobody wants to see me up on stage. Oh, got it. Well, see you around, Nikolai. So then I'll talk to all the guards, and then I'll actually go deal with the rat problem right away. Oh, he's got all the medicine. $92. 96. Alright, Thinnish Clown observes the circus's swampy surroundings. When you get close to him, he spins around and flips his middle finger up at your face. Here you go, you jerk. Trying to sneak up on old Rajo the Clown. Well, you done goofed. Get out of here before I bop some lead in your gut. The personal magnetism that radiates from your person in waves is too powerful even for the flinty and jaded heart of this clown. After a few more insults, he calms down and lowers his hands, abruptly shy and apologetic. Darn, dude, I just can't stay mad at you. Despite my name, I feel zero rage towards you. Now what did you want? Why do they call you Rajo? It's simple, really. I'm constantly enraged. That's why I'm Rajo the Wacky, yet menacing clown. Never met anyone angry before, huh? What's your mutation? My legs look like they come from a lizard. I'm not going to show them to you, so don't ask. Oh, how I was teased during my childhood. I'm still traumatized. What names they used to call me. Even now as an adult, I can't say the word dinosaur without trembling. Tell me about the circus, okay? It's the only sanctuary for folks like us. You either join a circus or a gang like that one over at the old scrapyard. Not saying the circus is the better option, but at least we don't get hassled by the authorities and their mercenaries. Gotcha. Well, see you around, Rajo. Alright, let's Could deal with these rats, because they're just rats, right? My first playthrough, I goofed up by coming back here and trying to do this quest early on. There's a ton of rats. They also have more health than your average rat. Most rats have, what, 19 health? Oh, wait, no. Don't waste your ammunition on rats. So yeah, there's a ton of them. They have more health than your average rats. And there's more to it than that. Alright. Everybody on melee. I'm just gonna run into the fray. Come and get me, rats. So we are over leveled for this quest now. We shouldn't take any damage from the rats. Actually, I think my first playthrough, I had to buy a steel cuirass and then come back and do this quest because I kept dying over and over again. Granted, I also only had myself and Fidel. Now I have the full party, which should make things a little easier. Just cutting them down left and right. Feels good though, especially after the first time playing through the game, and this this quest gave me so much trouble. Got on a little crown. A huge rat with bloodshot eyes is sniffing here and there. You're readying yourself to attack, when suddenly it speaks. Two-leg kill brothers and sisters. Two-leg will pay now, with Grey Thing and Skull. La criatura, el atrocidad. This creature, it talks. Madre de Mios. Or sorry, de Dios. Shouldn't it be de Mios? De Dios. I have seen everything. Should have guessed. A fat, dirty, ugly uber rat was behind the infestation. This is highly counter-revolutionary. In the name of Holy Slavic. The giant rat's eyes bore into you. A forked tongue darts from its mouth as it speaks. When I eat grey stuff from skulls, I know things from men. Things that two-leggeds know. I get their thinkering inside me. But later I forget. I do not want to go back. Need more grey stuffs. So this was the only reference, maybe one of two references. I think it's the only reference to giant rats eating brains and gaining intelligence from it in the initial version of the game. But they added that note that we found and another one of these giant rats in this catacombs under Krasno. So they have expanded on this idea a little bit with updates. What are you, for God's sake? I'm the one that is not stupid, the strongest, the most powerful, the luckiest of brethren. King Rat, King Rat, King Rat. Is the grey stuff you're talking about brains? Brain. Yes, it is brains. I need more of them. Much more to gobble up. They give me knowledge. I know how to write, how to from paper, how to apple, how to tool and gun and fire burn. Top predator. Can we come to a peaceful resolution? Yeah, we can't. Yeah, we can't because we killed the queen rat in Ultranorye down in that abandoned building outside on the outskirts of the town. I'm wondering if we confront him without killing her, if we can come to a peaceful resolution or not. You already killed those like me. I know. In Village Ultranoria, you kill my queen. In Forgotten House, inside, you smell of her death. And also, I need new gray things. I feel like I'm going stupid again. Soon I return to beast. No mind, no thought, just instinct. I'll forget what work, how to use fire and stick. Do not want to forget. Well, I tried. Attack. Alright, let's get in here. 111. Oh, wow, he still has a ton. I gotta be careful. Because he's still no pushover. Alright, let's swap them back to guns real fast. Don't let them get in close. Bring out old reliable. Cool. My King Rat just has a bunch of meat on him. But meat is healing. Alright, I think I looted everything. If not, I'm not worried about it. But yeah, that King Rat is a real nasty enemy if you come here too early. I mean, he did decent damage to me. What, 28 damage? Nah, I'm in endgame gear. Wrong guy. So imagine coming here in like a leather breastplate and getting absolutely wrecked by that guy. Alright, already read that. Hey bud, I killed all the rats. And not just rats. Seriously? No more rats? What a relief. Thank you. But you said there was something else, apart from the rats. Yeah, the rats are being led by a talking mutant, the Rat King. The circus guard shakes his head. Or maybe you huff too much swamp gas. Whatever you say, bud. I'll hail the Rat King and all that. The important thing is that you wiped out the pack. For that we must surely reward you. Here's some cash and some meds. Hold on to them. I'd love to give you more, but alas, we don't have the resources. The man hands you 150 rubles, a few bottles of antidote, and a can of condensed milk. Is he the one? Do I have to say keep the reward here? Fine, it's at least something. Hold on to this stuff, it might come in handy. I thought that's where you got the clown nose. Then you have to tell them to keep the reward to get it. There's a unique item you get at the circus, the clown nose. I think that's what it's called. It gives you +1 to luck. You see a thin and pasty young man of around 20. He has large, deep eyes, and also sports a colorful beak growing from the middle of his face. He begins to squawk unpleasantly, like a parrot, in your direction. Caw, caw, ack! The scream of cranes flying for the temperate south. I hear it, yet I am bound to the earth. No wings hath I, and neither can I fly. My name is Ivan the Crane, oh dear friend of mine. Hey, sweet rhymes, my man. I care to answer some questions. And I'm Donnie. So why do you call yourself a crane? Is it because of the beak? The young man counts out the reasons upon his long, thin fingers. First of all, the beak. Second, for my love of standing on one leg. I also like saying caca a lot. My favorite food is small animals, which I eat raw, like frogs for example. And you know, deep inside, I just feel like a real crane. Ever since I was a child, I always wished I could fly south, lay eggs, make nests in tall oak trees. It's as if this body is hiding a magnificent white bird, ready to leap into the air at any second. It's not just about the beak. Strange dreams you got, bud. Care to change the subject? Sure, whatever. I care to answer some more questions. We cranes are clever beasts. Don't be surprised if you cannot understand most of what I shall say. Tell me your story. The young man crosses his arms and points his beak at the sky as he starts a sentimental story. At one point, you start hearing a tiny violin playing in the background of his sad tale. I was a good-looking but otherwise ordinary boy until the age of 15. That's when my mouth began fusing together with my nose, eventually hardening into a long beak. Luckily, my family did not panic. They arranged to feed me from tall glasses and vases that led me to the swamps where I could feast upon my natural diet, frogs. But those blissful times ended. My dear Papa died during a hunt. After half a year of grieving, my dearest mother, Zheka mutant slapper Matveyenko, a true Leninist and hater of all things mutant. Did I say married? Mother married. Mother married Zheka. Okay. I think I misread that. I mismarried. I thought he was talking about his mother named Zheka. His ignorance made my home life impossible. Thus, I found myself enlisting with this troop of misfits. Well, that's life for you. Another question. I'm listening. What are you doing in the circus? Ivan the Crane shakes his beak, looking depressed. What I really want is to create art on the real theater stage. Not here. In the circus, I mostly sit in a makeshift nest, taking care of plastic eggs. Or just stand on one leg as the crowd cheers or jeers at me. Although a few times, me and Gutsy the Clown acted out our own theatrical shows. One of these, the Emerald Mammoth, received a standing ovation. In that show, I played a burnt-out Soviet officer whose service awards were stolen by his friend. I stood on one leg and made bird noises, begging my partner to give them back, but he just insulted me in return. It was a real old-fashioned drama. The Emerald Mammoth, huh? Hey, I actually wrote the treatment for that. It was a stage play about the terrible bullying of the Red Army barracks. Never expected to see it performed in our sad world. A world completely devoid of art. Let me quote a few lines from one of my characters. Yes, comrade, I want to talk about pus. Why, not that long ago, I got a zit that looked ever so huge. I went to the military hospital, but they wouldn't touch the zit. Instead, their surgeons cut off my poor leg. How's that for a story? Brilliant words. I remember your whole work by heart. Thank you so much for this masterpiece. You have a creative soul, Ivan the Crane. Bye now. I don't know. Okay, I'm listening. Okay. You like it around here? Honestly, I know there's no better place for me with my condition. But still, some days I dream of different vistas. You should appreciate what you have, foolish one. Next question. Have you heard any good rumors lately? I heard that more and more people are going to the video salon instead of the circus. Plebeians. Live art is much better than some dusty old videotape. It's stronger, more beautiful. It's alive. Maybe you're right. Next question. Caca? Actually, let's change the subject. Alright, I better get going. Bye now. See you later, Ivan the Crane. Alright, let's talk to... I don't know if I want to talk to her or not. What's going on in here? Alright, let's talk to her. I see a waifish woman sporting an improbably massive rear end that even now strains to burst from the fabric of her skirt. Other than this one deformity, or asset depending on your point of view, the girl looked completely normal, pretty even. But alas, she speaks to you in a thin, shy voice. If you're looking for fun, come check out my excellent brand. I lay eggs both day and night, so are tonned. It's a delight. I might not look very strong, but I lay eggs all year long. Hee hee. Back in Georgia we used to call butts like that one sweet peaches. Do you have many grotesque egg-laying women in Georgia? What? What the heck? Sorry I asked. What do you do around here? Yana the egg layer turns around to better display her massive buttocks. She didn't introduce herself, did she? No, she never called herself Yana. I lay giant eggs. It's my mutation, see? Once every month or so, when I feel like I'm about to lay one, the guys set me up in a big nest inside a cage and drive me around the waist like a traveling sideshow. Everyone wants to see the supreme mockery of nature that I represent, so I make a cool 500 to 600 rubles each month. Sometimes kids and old folks give me bread and sacks of grain too. So lovely of them. There's just one thing I don't like. The embryos inside those eggs always turn up dead. Except for one time. But I don't want to talk about that. I think I know what this... I think I remember this story. I was thinking it was a quest, but I think it's a story. Come on. I'm sure this story won't mess me up as much as your previous one. You can trust me. She thinks it over briefly and nods. Okay, maybe sharing my pain with you will reduce my suffering. Once I laid an egg that wasn't the same as the others. It had a living baby inside it. One of my colleagues even heard its tiny heartbeat through the shell. I was so happy, but during the night, someone snatched the egg from my bed, smashed it open, and ate the baby. I didn't know who to blame, who would even think to do such a thing, till someone told me it was Barbara the Bearded Lady. To think I trusted her completely. She was my best friend. Now I hate her guts. Wow, glad I asked. Can we change the subject? Sure thing. Can I ask you some questions? I, Yana the Circus Freak, admit that I'd love to talk with you. Tell me about yourself. My life was never the best. When my body started to adapt to my egg-laying mutation, all the boys in my village wanted to date me. But when I grew this giant butt, they started making fun of me instead. First, there were insults and beatings. Then came the rotten fruit. So I ran away. I wanted to kill myself, but thankfully I found this place. What a ride. Next question. I'm listening. Are you happy here? You know, I'm happier now than before my mutation, when I was a simple villager. Here people accept me the way I am, and we earn a pretty penny too. Sounds great. Next question. What can you tell me about the wastes? I don't really know what to say about it. On the one hand, it's nice that things are returning to normal. Trade, rebuilt cities, new armies. On the other hand, I don't want to return to communism. Communists would never allow our circus. They'd say it was immoral or something. As if we're at fault for being mutants and degenerates. We show off our deformities and earn money for it. Who suffers from that? People with weak hearts, I'd say. Next question. Ask away, friend. You got any good rumors to share? I heard that a man in Krasno has a pet Myrmic. Did you know Myrmics are mutants like us? We should build a cage for this Myrmic and ask the guy to join our circus. Myrmic would make your show much better. Another question. Let's change the subject, sure thing. I'd be glad to talk with you some more, but I really must go. Alright. I'm gonna run around and loot the rest of the circus, and then we'll call it an episode. So I think, did we get a quest for that? No. Oh, that's it. Alright, so that's, we've looted the entire circus, unless there's something in here. There's not. Okay. Cool. In that case... Yes, I think it might be an unmarked quest then. To find out who actually ate her egg. Sorry, spoilers, it wasn't the bearded lady. I don't think. I might be misremembering the quest. I need to stop speculating. Again, most of what all my experiences from my single playthrough, so I'm no expert. Anyway, I'm going to call the episode here, and the next one will start by speaking with her, and then we'll try to knock out the rest of the circus. But we'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.